Hi guys, I'm headed out because it's sunny in LA. Finally, it's summer. Took like 3 months. The rest of you are in summer and we're still out here freezing. Well, freezing is not exactly true. Okay, I'm gonna get to it. Let's talk about imposter syndrome, can we? Sorry, I'm just keeping my sunglasses on because I think they're kind of funny. They're a little obnoxious, white, like Lindsay. What? I don't know. They were kind of cheap. Anyway, I made my bed. Who's proud? Thanks. And I eat out of paper plates because I actually don't have a kitchen in my tiny home in LA. I know, it's kind of awkward, but I live 2 blocks from the ocean and I have a palm tree, so I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so let's talk quickly about imposter syndrome. It's basically where you want to step into something new. You feel led of God to step into something new, but you hear the mean voice being like, who do you think you are? It's not quite that loud or obvious. It can actually be very quiet and just seep in, like just enough to stop you, actually, just enough to agree with it. Who do I think I am? It's a good question. Why do I think I could do this? Why do I think I could write a book? Why do I think I could start a business? Why do I think? Well, let me tell you something. I'm stepping into something new. I'm not ready to reveal what it is yet. Because I feel like the Lord is like, let's keep it a little sacred for a minute, right? I've definitely chimed in with some wise counsel, which I think is really smart. You don't want to just go busting out and doing things without consulting anyone, but you don't need to consult everyone. Can we say that again for the people in the back? You need to consult someone, but not everyone. And I would suggest asking God who to consult. Just pray and ask him, God, I want to do this new thing. But I feel like I shouldn't, I couldn't, but I have this desire in my heart. So I'm kind of curious what you think, God. Of course, ask God. He's very smart. He has all the wisdom, James 1:5, my favorite verse. But also, he says, seek wise counsel, right? And I don't know about you, but I don't really want to waste my time or energy on things that, aren't going to be of him. So I do think that he lets us try a million things, and we can quickly kind of figure out if, that's cool or not for us. But I also think that if we're going to invest money or a lot of time, it might be good to seek some wise counsel, right? Scripture says. But I don't think that's everyone. It's not the internet, you know what I mean? No, it's not Instagram. It's a couple people that are maybe wise in that certain area. So maybe if you want to write a book, I'm an author. I wrote this book, Letting Love In, How God Renews Relationships by Crushing Your Inner Critic. Hashtag freaking imposter syndrome is one of the voices of the inner critic. So if you want to write a book, let's just say you want to write a book, it might be interesting to consult some other friends of yours that are writers or authors or, that have done it before so that you can, ask them questions about it, find out a little bit more about it, maybe even share some of your fears and, just see what kind of counsel you get back. Now, I'm not saying talk to every author, and I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because sometimes we all can have a little bit of a lack or poverty mentality. Look, I struggle with this myself, but we can be if we're kind of in this a little bit of an orphan moment, not saying that anyone's an orphan, but if you're having an orphan moment and somebody wants to do what you do, or what you've done, sometimes you can feel a little I don't want you to do what I've done. I've totally been there. So no shame if you've been there too, because we're human and, we get stuck in these little things. But so you really want to be wise when you ask God. Well, obviously asking God is wise. So you want to ask God, right? God, I'm kind of interested in writing a book. I feel kind of dumb. I feel kind of, who do I think I am? I don't know if I'm smart enough. I don't know if I know where the commas go. Trust me, I didn't know where the commas went either. It's called hire an editor. Okay, anyway. But God, who do you want me to talk to about this desire or dream. And then just listen, see what he says, right? See what kind of floats in your brain. I know I look ridiculous with sunglasses on, but I thought it was kind of funny. Okay, see what names pop in, and then reach out to those people. Don't just go right into every author you are friends with, because some of them might not want you to write a book, honestly. Some of them might feel, like, get off my territory type thing, which I know it sounds bad, but look, we're human. Sometimes we get a little protective, and I'm not saying that's healthy, but look, we're human. We're trying our best, right? So you want to ask God, who's kind of ready for that question, who's ready to encourage you, right? And then go from there, right? Keep asking God, like, see what God leads you to next, and what he leads you to next, and what he leads you to next, right? And I think another thing that's really wise is to go in with a surrendered heart or mind. God, I feel like you're leading me to do this. So what's your reasoning for wanting me to do this? He may tell you, he may not tell you. He's God, he gets to do what he wants. But, he may say, hey, I just want you to trust me, But I think we want to release expectations. I think not because we don't trust God or have, hope for what he can do, but I don't know, if we're if I could just write a book and then I would feel significant. No, it doesn't make you feel significant. I wrote a book, I don't feel significant. I'm very proud of my book. I feel like it's my child. I love it. I care for it. No, just kidding. I'm like, I love it. I'm so glad I did it. But it doesn't make me feel any way well, now I've arrived. No, there's always another dream. You know what I mean? There's always another new thing to do. But if you go into it because you want to do it, because you want to do it for you, because you want to explore your creativity, it's a great reason to go into something, right? But if you're I want to write a book and be a millionaire, hey, you might. I'm not a millionaire because I wrote a book, but you might be a millionaire, so I'm not going to squish your dream. But just go into it for the journey, for the creative expression, for the just adventure with God to see what he wants to do, and enjoy the journey, right? It's so important to enjoy the journey and really trust him and not hold it too tightly. It has to go this way, it has to go that way. Hey God, you know what? You're a good God. You have good things for me. I'm going to do this because you're leading me to, and I think it'd be fun, right? And then, go have fun, right? And then, yes, is there fruit that comes from it? There's a lot of fruit that comes from these things, and it's super fun. Did 1 million people buy my book? No, but 1,000 did. And does that make me a millionaire? No, because you don't make that much money writing books unless you're famous. But there's been beautiful fruit that's come from it. You know what I mean? People have written me emails, and they're like, this book helped me so much. Or, I met this girl that I went to church with that I didn't know years ago, and she goes, are you the one that wrote that book? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I love that book. And I'm like, oh my word, so there's that kind of fruit, right? Do 1 million people know me? Nah. And that's all right, because when 1 million people know you, got 1 million people have opinions about you, and I don't know if that's a great thing. Anyway, so go write your book. Just take the next right step, and I know that voice is real because I'm experiencing it as I'm stepping into something new, but oh well, just kind of ignore it. You know what I mean? Be like, yeah, I hear you. I'm not listening to you. I'm going to move forward. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, hope this was fun. I know my sunglasses are obnoxious, but you know me, I love some head decor, whether it be hats or glasses. I just think it's kind of fun. All right. Love you. Bye.